are going to talk about converting metric units. We already know that the metric system is used primarily around the world outside of the United States. It is the primary measurement source. However, in the United States, we do use the metric system for our sciences, so we must be familiar with it. Before we talk about converting those metric units, let's start off by talking about the base units. We start with meters. Meters measure length, think distance, how long. Then we have our grams. Grams measure weight, how heavy something is. And then lastly, we have liters. Liters measure that liquid volume, how much liquid can be poured inside of something. These three are our base units, meters, grams, and liters, and all have a measure of 1. They all represent 1 meter, 1 gram, 1 liter. But they can be combined with our prefixes down here to come up with new units. So let's take a look at our prefixes here. We'll start with kilo. Kilo means 1,000. Hecto means 100. Deca means 10. Our unit is our 3 base units. Deci is 1/10. Centi is 1/100th. And milli is 1/1000th. So I can take any one of these, match it with any one of these to have a unit of measurement. For example, I could say millimeter, hectogram, deciliter, and so on. I can combine any one of these with any one of these for my units of measure. What's awesome about the metric system is that it is based on the powers of 10. It is based on that number 10. So if I'm trying to convert from kilometers to hectometers, all I would need to do is take the amount of kilometers I have and multiply it by 10. If I want to take decaliters and convert them into deciliters, all I would need to do would be to multiply my deciliter amount by 10 times 10, or 10 to the power of 2, to get the amount of deciliters I have. When I am taking a larger amount, a larger unit, and converting it into a smaller unit, I will multiply by 10, or to a power of 10. If I'm taking a smaller unit and converting it to a larger unit, then I will divide by 10. For example, if I have millimeters and I want to convert them to centimeters, I'm going to divide the amount of millimeters I have by 10. If I want to take a gram, my unit, and figure out how many grams I have in hectograms, I would need to divide by 10 by 10, divide my grams by 10 to the power of 2 to get the number of hectograms that I have. Each one of these units differs in size. Kilometers are very, very large. We would want to measure long distances with our kilometers. For example, the distance from Milwaukee to Chicago, I would want to use a larger unit here. Whereas if I'm measuring something little bitty, I would want to use my millimeters. For example, if I was measuring the length of my pinky finger, I would want to use millimeters. Now, these are a lot of prefixes to remember, but we do have a helpful little phrase that we can use, and there are several different ones out there, but this is the one that I use. King Henry doesn't usually drink chocolate milk. The first letter of each of these matches the first letter of each of our prefixes. Remembering this phrase in order will help you to keep all of these in order as well, and will help you with your conversions.